That's the good part about it though. You know, you can stand tall, right? With dignity, with self-respect, understanding that we don't have our hand out. I don't have my hand out. I don't go to the bank and fill out credit applications and qualify for debt and jump through all them hoops and that dog and pony show. I go in there to deposit big boy checks. Do we really want that? Because listen, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you're looking to circumvent hard work, you're in the wrong room. If you're looking to get around commitment, this ain't the right address. We gotta call Uber back. You gotta be committed. You gotta make a decision, man. A decision to decide something is to cut everything else away. Cut it away. A choice is different. You make a choice, if it don't work out, I always got this. No, you gotta decide. So that's only something that y'all can do. I can give you the information, but you got to decide that for yourself. How, right? Let me get out the way. This is just one form, okay? When you get really good at this, really good, there isn't anything that you cannot do. There is not one house that you can't buy, not one. It doesn't even matter. If it's got mortgage on it, great. If it doesn't, that's awesome too. Maybe it has a mortgage and a bunch of equity. Well, that's even better, right? It doesn't even matter. Maybe it's got 2 mortgages. That's even better. We're gonna get it lower. Subject to the existing financing. Acquiring a property with an existing mortgage but not becoming personally liable for the debt. I don't think y'all heard me. Are y'all awake? I'm like, dang, Johnny put me right by lunch. Everybody hungry, it's like, you know what I mean? Are y'all good? Y'all feeling me? Okay. We're not personally guaranteeing that debt. It stays in the original seller's name. That's what a lot of people don't understand. That's that suppressed information. A mortgage and a house do not go together. It's not like a car. A car, when you go borrow money to buy a car, the bank's name is on that title, so you can't transfer that title until you satisfy that debt. A house is not like that. The mortgage is separate. The house is merely collateral. Anybody that owns a house in here, you can pull it up on public record and see if the bank's name is on that deed. I bet my bank account. No, it ain't. So you can transfer that deed as many times as you want to. And this is not my definition. This is from the Barron's Real Estate Dictionary. So this is their dictionary. This is the real estate professional's Bible, really. So them ain't my words. That's what I told them. If they don't want me doing it, y'all got to change the rules, because I'm just doing what you guys said we were supposed to do. So subject to mortgage, a circumstance in which a buyer takes title to a mortgaged real property, but is not personally liable for the payment of the amount due. The buyer must make payments in order to keep the property. However, with default, only the buyer's equity in that property is lost. So I'm gonna say that in English. When you buy a property subject to the existing financing, you don't personally guarantee that debt. So the original seller's name is on that debt and it's on their credit. What you stand to lose if you do not make that mortgage that you took over, one, any mortgage payments that you've paid up to that moment, right? Because that house is collateral for that debt. They've got a lien on it. That's what a mortgage is. It's not on the deed. It's a lien against the property. You stand to lose that, or if you did any repairs, but also you would lose something that's worth more than money, that's worth more than gold and silver. You would lose your good name. So if you tell somebody that you can take over their mortgage, you pay that before you pay your own. We don't take over people's mortgage and then say, oh my God, it was a bad day. Or that Gucci purse was a little bit more expensive than I thought it was gonna be, so I'm not gonna pay their mortgage this month. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you're learning from me and that happens, there's so many different things that you could do if you get in a position where you can't pay that mortgage. So many different things that you could do besides even paying it before you pay your own. So if you learn from me and that happens, oh my God, y'all think I'm crazy. No, that's the definition. And I'm about to prove it to y'all right here. This is the suppressed information. They hide it in plain sight, man. So anybody that's how many real estate professionals do I have in the room? Who all knows anything about real estate? Okay. There's some people that learn something about real estate. You just ain't closed no deals yet. Well, when you close a deal, this is what you're gonna see. This is a HUD-1 settlement statement. Every transaction that is done at a title company or an attorney will have a HUD-1 settlement statement filled out. Absolutely, there's no ifs, ands, buts about that. So in the 200 section, it talks about if you're gonna take over your new loan, that you got to pay off the old loan. That's the trick to the game. I don't know if you guys knew this, but 97% of the money out there it's debt. A dollar bill is a note. Well, guess what? So is a mortgage note. Dude, this is a game. It really is a game. So if you know how to play the game, make life good. So the 200s ask you about that, did you get a new loan to pay off this old loan? Did you fall for the trick? Are you the sucker that's born every day, right? Or are you looking at line 203? Line 203, right on the government document. It asks you if you are taking this existing loan taken subject to. It's right there. Well, they asked me. What do you mean? Why are they asking? Yeah, what they asking for then? Dude, you're wasting time. So we buy houses. This was me. I got my first house this way a year and a half ago, April of 2021. Got my first house this way. I started with $1,700. But this is me back in April of 2021. I started with $1,700, right? So if you've got money to invest, this is a business, right? It isn't just, we're going to do this and give it a shot or, get one house and it's great. This is a business. Look at this as something where you will have an asset that you can pass down to your children's children. Listen, if you guys want to learn this on a super high level, you pretty much print your own money. Remember, a dollar bill is a note. A mortgage is a note. How do you think the crash of 2008 happened? They were selling those mortgage notes in something called tranches. They put them all together, 300 million, 500 million in a tranche, and then they sell them to each other on Wall Street. Guess what? We can do that too with something called an elite trust, but we ain't there yet. You gotta have, few houses, few assets, but we'll build to it. I'm gonna start with land trust today. But this is me, man, 1,700 bucks. We look a little better now. Oop, wrong way. I got my blue shirt on, and I'm a certified affordable housing provider. That's the joy of this. When we sell it, when we take over this existing mortgage from somebody who's having a difficult time in whatever way, when we sell it on rent to own. I'm not a landlord. Are there any landlords in here? Anybody? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, toilets and tenants. Yeah, totally, I know. I know. It ain't fun. They like, yeah, be a landlord. Get some investment properties. I want to be a landlord. Shit, you ain't know. You're going to be fixing toilets in the middle of the night, driving around in that rusty old truck with your tool belt on. Yeah, I don't do that. No. But, see, I have all of the benefits of being a landlord with none of the headaches. And I'll tell you real quick. So Johnny and I were talking on the phone, and I made a video of this yesterday. Johnny and I were talking on the phone, and he says, 3 people that he knew, or a person that he knew called him from somewhere. They had 3 houses that they owned outright, and they wanted to know what they could do with them to kind of, build some wealth, get some money going. And they were thinking about renting them out or thinking about selling them. I said, sell them? No. If you own a house, do not sell that house. Please don't. There's a lot of different ways to sell it. I'm going to tell you the right way. Johnny and I, in about 30, 45 seconds, pretty much built these people, $2 or $3 million. And then, God knows where it would have went, throughout time. So with those 3 houses, I said, well, all they got to do is sell it on rent to own, an agreement for deed, right? Or you can sell it on a lease option. That's another form of rent to own. Rent to own is just a boiled down term. There's a lot of different ways to do it. You sell it on an agreement for deed, rent to own, and you get a down payment, non-refundable. This right here, what I'm teaching you, it ain't gonna fall out the sky and hit you in the head. You gotta learn something. You've gotta develop some new skills. You've gotta get that information that has been suppressed. If you want it, I was like a badger on that thing. I was like a madman, dude. So I emerged from my basement.